Let me see. Are we live yet? Should be live already.
Yeah, live now.
Okay, great. We're live. Hello, everybody. Hi. 15快乐。15快乐。
with with a blink of eye， 今天又是15了。
这5月15哈。
对，5月15对。
哦，5月15。Okay. Wow, you see, so fast. Even for the lunar calendar, almost half a year gone already.
Yeah, we just have 巴掌。
Just have 巴掌 man. Wow, my family this year never eat 巴掌. My mother actually wanted to wrap one, but she was unwell, so in the end we didn't wrap. Then I make those jelly 掌.
Jelly.
I made using agar-agar. Okay, hello everybody. Hi, I'm Joel, Daddy Property Chef. And with me, my good friend, Master Jason Chan. Okay.
Hello.
From One Yen Consultancy, as you all can see. Anything you want to know about Feng Shui, please speak to Master Jason. He will give you the most logical explanation that you ever need. Please understand, Feng Shui is a science. It's not those hocus pocus that a lot of people are saying.
And Feng Shui is not a religion also. So
yes, it's not about religion. I really hate it when people say, oh, it's because our ancestors say this. Our ancestors say this for a reason. Our ancestors will not say this for no reason. Okay, so for those of you who want logical Feng Shui, please look for Master Jason Chan. And of course, for those of you who want logical housing solution, you all know who to look for, Daddy Property Chef. Okay, so for tonight, we are covering the second part of District 14. Okay, so on 2E, we spoken about Geylang. Okay, we spoken about a bit about Geylang Serai and the Sims Drive area. Yeah, okay, so tonight I will cover a bit. I'll cover a bit on. Well, if in case y'all can hear laughter in my background, it's my children. You know, y'all know now school holiday. Wow, then Daddy Property Chef definitely. My children all having fun. Okay. Anyway, come. Let me share with you guys. Okay, on the second part. Before we cover the the second part of District 14, right? We'll be talking a bit about Eunos as well as Aljunied area. Okay, so let's have a look for the central region. Is this the central area? Sorry, central area. Why? Sorry, not central area, central region. I think it's the central region. Okay, so anyway, for when we are talking about District 14, right, one thing is for sure. Besides Geylang, the transformation of Geylang, right, a lot of things that we'll be talking about will be the Kallang side. Okay, as you all know, right, Kallang, Dakota side, the big piece of land opposite Old Airport Road, right, that side, a lot of private and as well as residential area is coming up. As for Eunos and Aljunied, right? If you all know, the biggest surprise will be coming from the Paya Lebar area. Okay, why do I say that? Please note, Paya Lebar Airport is actually not in District 14. It's not in District 14, but what will happen to Paya Lebar Airport, right, will directly, it's not indirectly, will directly impact the Eunos and Aljunied area. Why? Because as you all know, right, Eunos, what is besides Eunos? Aljunied MRTs, Paya Lebar MRT side. So we can have a look at this. So this is the master plan. Okay, as you all know, Kallang, from Kallang up, right, so it will be Aljunied as well as Paya Lebar MRT station. Aljunied area basically consists of a lot of older HDB flats, okay, and it's closely linked to MacPherson. So if you were to ask me about Aljunied, right, my advice to you, if you are looking at Aljunied, there is nothing much to look at. If you want, basically it's just the HDB flats that is nearer to the MRT station that may have some potential. That may have some potential. As you all know, right, suddenly on block fever is back. Government is starting to take back a lot of lands for redevelopment, which honestly speaking, I don't understand why. Because if we calculate, right, Punggol is not finished yet. Sembawang is still under works. Okay, we have Tengah coming. Tengah coming. Then we also have, as I was mentioning, Paya Lebar Air Base in the near future. And where else? Greater Southern Waterfront is going to have HDB flats as well. So you tell me, with so many HDB flats, which I think the amount of flats that can be built is six figure. So why government is still taking back lands? I can tell you it's very simple, because these are the areas whereby it makes the most sense for government. Example, Marsiling. Government is going to heavily spend on the Woodlands waterfront area. So you tell me they just leave a few blocks down there for what? The one in Ang Mo Kio, I still, up to today, I still don't understand why suddenly they want to do that. But if you were to ask me, that area, right, maybe got some chance. You all please take note on that area. The 500 series down there, right, maybe have some chances. Okay, but if we are talking about the suburban areas, right, the HDBs in Aljunied, I will say, I honestly say nothing much. Really nothing much. But for Eunos side, right, a lot of us will see for Eunos there is mostly industrial area. But the interesting thing is this. Okay, you all know Paya Lebar MRT station, right? Besides, is directly besides SingPost. Then down here we have a lot of all these last time JDC industrial area. But take note of this. Look at what is happening now. It has been rezoned as reserve site, And if I'm not wrong, a lot of these are being vacated. A lot of the factories are shifting already. Okay? They have a lot of new plans coming up for this whole area. So if you were to ask me, I think this is one area to look out for. This one area to look out for in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay? Because once it's rezoned as reserve site, is very interesting already. And look at this. These are all the factories. Look at the land now. It's changed to residential land, And this piece, I think is, this piece is changed to educational land, in the institutional land. So if you ask me, right, a lot of changes is going to be coming to Eunos side, but definitely not in the short term. Next 5 to 10 years, a lot of plans will definitely be laid out for this. Why? Not forgetting directly on top, right? Directly on top, where is my why suddenly Mac cannot find? Yeah, just directly on top is the new Paya Lebar already. So I will say for Eunos side, right? The Eunos side, it's going to be heavily influenced by the new plans that is coming out for Paya Lebar Air Base. Wow, tonight don't know why 讲话一直有点吃螺丝这样. Okay, so another thing I want to share with you guys is this. That based on the Paya Lebar Air Base, right? Sorry, give me a sec. The Paya Lebar Air Base, there's going to be a lot of industrial, commercial. In fact, it's going to be a brand new town that is coming up. So with all this, right, take note, this is a very big piece of land, but it does not have MRT. And it's not in the west. As you all know, we have covered before, those in the west, we are pretty stuck. We are pretty stuck. But if this is really going to be the latest town in Singapore, and it's, well, not exactly at the fringe, right? And there is no MRT passing through, you ask yourself, will there be a need for that? And I'm actually quite certain. Let me just share with you the MRT lines. There's a blue line, there's a green line. Paya Lebar, there's nothing, right? So what are the chances? You see, purple, blue, green, what are the chances there's something that joins all of them? Because now for government's planning, right, they are trying to so-called make certain stations the interchange. So if you were to ask me, right, I think Paya Lebar MRT station, or in fact Eunos, right, may have a good chance. So tonight, very, very simple. Okay, for my side, for District 14, these last two clusters are Aljunied as well as Eunos, right? I would say Eunos does stand a very good chance in the next 5 to 10 years. But if you are asking me whether the plans will be concrete, I will only say it's really up to the government already. But based on how we have been reading the plans by the government on various estates, right, I would say the chances are very, very high for Eunos itself. But Aljunied, again, for Aljunied, then you just take care. So tonight, for me, very simple, very clear cut. Okay, for District 14. Yes, Jason, come talk about Fengshui.
Yeah, so that maybe Joel can help me share.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, share the slides. So for my side, we'll be covering Geylang. Those who don't know me yet, right? I'm in Feng Shui business for 15 years. And these are some of the places I traveled, and I also taught on conferences. Yeah. So when we talk about Geylang, right? Where is Geylang? Geylang actually is in this southeast side of Singapore. Just I think it's just outside East Coast. Yeah. One thing to note about this Geylang, right? You will notice there's a lot of cross junction, and they are not the small ones. They are huge. Huge meaning that it can be more than 2 lanes each. Yeah, or 4 lanes each. So you can see really the way they plan Geylang is a lot of cross junction, and so it allows a lot of qi to interact. So during when there's this cross junction, right, accident tend to happen because the qi is who led who first. Yeah, so that is why cross junction are one of those areas, right, that you tend to have a lot of accident. So because near accident, the qi is a bit complicated, right? We usually also don't like to have buildings, or we stay too near to this cross junction. So one thing to take note, because Eunos also is part of Geylang, right? So there's this cross junction, right? Also very interesting, just outside the Eunos MRT. So the cross junction, right, you notice you face religious places down there. Yeah, so that's one interesting thing. Then for Aljunied, right, the thing about Aljunied, right, is like what Joel was talking about, a lot of old HDB. Yeah. So when we mention there's old HDB or too many old HDB, even in Eunos also there's a lot of old HDB, means the qi has actually already died down. So they need a rejuvenation. Yeah, whatever goes down, right, will come up. Later Joel will share another concept. Whatever goes up must come down. So you can see the common thing about this Eunos and Aljunied is going down, and later when I talk more about Cai Qi Ren, you also can relate to those areas as well. So here is my script formula for looking for house using feng shui technique, Cai Qi and Ren, which is also can be quite logical if you come to think about it. So feng shui is not about hocus pocus, but we use our logical mind to analyze the place. So when we talk about wealth, right, in that area, where are the places we can get wealth? So if you notice in these areas, right, you notice there's a lot of shop houses, whether on this in the stretch of Geylang to all the way to the Old Changi Road, a lot of shop houses. Even Eunos side also have a lot of shop houses there. Then over in this Paya Lebar Central, right, you notice there's lots of factory as well as shopping center. I'm sure if you all live there or you all been to the east, right, the PRQ is quite a big mall down there outside Paya Lebar, this Paya Lebar MRT. Then of course, if you also notice one distinct factor is from this Geylang side to CBD is very fast. If all the while so many years there's no trains, bus, very efficient bus system. Where we talk about the Qi part, so the Qi, right, from Geylang will bring all the way to CBD, and then you also will see PRE, KPE Expressway, the Circle Line, the East West Line, and then just now I just mentioned the efficient bus system. So a lot of bus will go through Geylang. So who are the people staying in this Geylang area? So you notice Geylang also just outside this Marine Parade, right? You have a lot of landed areas down there, and or a lot of private estate also. And these are the places you will notice because Geylang has a bit of a stigma which only local will mind. But foreigners will not mind, so that you tend to see more foreigners in the area. So be it Caucasian or even Chinese, they like to stay in the area. So because of the nature of the place there, sometimes they command a much lower rental rate or the price, which Joel mentioned the last episode. So actually this place has a lot of potential. So HDB being the least populated in this area, so how strange it is. So as just now I mentioned, we covered Eunos and HDB. Eunos and this Alginate, right, has very old HDB. So if your neighbor, your neighbor will determine what type of energy is there. So if your neighbor, you're staying in a HDB in the area, right, your neighbor is obviously either old couple or maybe not or working people, or you stay in landed, then your neighbor are business people, they are expats and things like that. So my feng shui tip for Geylang area, same like last episode, first mover advantage. So pick your area well, pick your neighbor well, and also pick the connection of the qi. So I hand over to Joel. Joel, you are mute.
Okay, so tonight's topic is a bit short because not much to cover for this District 14 already. So that's why I want to talk about something else. Okay, as everybody knows, property market is through the roof. Everybody knows that. We even have, I think I did in one of my Facebook live that this Leaf and MB one property coach actually said on his YouTube live Leaf at Mary Brown. He calls it Mary Brown. Actually, it's not Mary Brown. It's Leaf at Mountbatten. But you all must understand, Leaf at Mountbatten has already hit the 2008 PSF. It has already broke 2008 PSF. Whereas in District 15, right, a lot of the freehold new launches is just touching 2008 only. So when you can buy freehold at 2008, I really don't understand why would anybody be buying a 99-year leasehold at 2008. And some more, the land was bought so many years ago. I don't know whether developer top up lease or not, because honestly speaking, if you all were to ask me, right, I'm really not that I won't say not that interested, but the fact is, my golden question to everybody is this today. How many of you still believe that property is an investment tool? I mean, honestly, I know there's not a lot of people viewing live right now, but for those of you who are viewing this later, right, my golden question to you is this: how many of you are still viewing properties as an investment tool? Okay, first and foremost, for myself, right, I share a bit about myself. I'm 14 years in this industry. In my first year, I wasn't doing very well. Because I was still learning. Then subsequently, a good 10 years of my career was in new launches. And then now I'm very focused on resale. Now I'm very focused on resale, not just selling resale, but I would say I'm more interested in finding value buys for my customers or pushing for the highest. If you all know me, right, if you all have seen my videos, you have engaged my services, you have consulted me, you all should know my character. When it comes to selling, my only idea is how to get the record price for you. When it comes to purchasing, right, it's how to ensure that you are buying something that makes sense. Okay, I'm not the type of property agent that will tell you, what you today what you're buying this, you sure make money. Because when the word sure comes out, right, it's already a lie. There's no such thing as sure in our life. Even when I purchase my own properties, very luckily, up till today, I have not lost money. Touch wood, really touch wood. Okay, I've not lost money in the property market. I have 没有赚broke even but I've not lost money in the property market. Okay, so far so good. But the issue is this: why? Because I always adopt a very, how should you put it, kiasi attitude when it comes to property market. I'm always very skeptical. I'm not the type that will tell you what you buy already, you hold, you sure make money. I tell you, this thing is rubbish. Okay, why I say this? Because first and foremost, today, a lot. Okay, I quote an example. If you were to purchase a penthouse, say 15 years ago, for roughly around 1.5 million, I tell you, 15 years ago, 1.5 million is a lot of money, you know. It's a lot. Correct or not, Jason? You agree or not? 15 years ago, 1.5 million, you want to buy a penthouse, wow,
yeah, a lot of money. Last time chicken rice only $2.
Last time chicken rice $2. Where got $2 now? Wow, just I go and buy one nasi lemak at $6.30, please. Okay, but anyway. Okay, so we see today, okay, 15 years down the road, today, congratulations, you can sell your penthouse maybe for double the price, 3 million. Jason, you think you sell for 3 million? Let's say you fully paid up, then you are very, very rich. You paid the 1.5 million already, okay? So now today you can sell for $3 million. Is it a good price? 15 years double, actually not bad, right?
Yeah, I agree. Right? Yeah, sounds
but my question now is this: today you sell this $3 million, right? You sell this property for $3 million, right? Do you need to buy again?
Yeah, definitely.
You see, this is the problem. A lot of people think wow, you buy property, then after that, donkey years down the road, the property price double. Wow, how sad. But my question to you is this: if today you only own one property, you sell it for, I don't say double, I say you triple, you sell at triple the price. But my question is this, my friend: today, can you buy back the same size at the same price? You can't, you know. So unless you are cashing out a second property, or today you are cashing out already, you got other place to stay. Because your children know, hey, Papa got $3 million in cash. Come, Papa, stay with me first. Because I know Papa got $3 million in cash, right? Or else if you need to buy a place to stay, and you want to buy back the same same size. I don't know why. Some people got this weird idea. When they older, they still want to stay bigger house. I don't understand why. But it is up to you. It is up to you. So you tell me 3 million can buy back another penthouse? I don't know. Maybe not, I mean, you have bought something that is pretty new then now, 15 years down the road, you sell for double the price. You expect to use the less than 3 million to buy the same size? You can't. You cannot. Because today, if one person buys the property from you at $3 million, you are already justifying the price,
Maybe you can buy very outskirts.
Yeah, precisely. Then you from Orchard Road, maybe you from Orchard Road, you buy, you start to shift out. Then now you see this is the problem. A lot of people they just think, I make the money, I want to buy back the same place. Then they say, never mind, I can loan But you don't forget one thing, your loan tenure today and your loan tenure 15 years ago is different, You're borrowing lesser loan at maybe even a higher interest, I'm going to share this thing with you guys. Okay? This was an article. Okay? So it is the major property cooling measures. This is actually by, I think, Stack Homes. If I'm not wrong, it's Stack Homes. I was reading this the other day. I feel that I need to share this thing with you all. Because I'm not someone who believes in coincidence, Because there's no such thing as coincidence in this world. Okay, things always happen for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidence. Why this protected image. Okay, yes, I know this is protected image, but you must let me shift this down first. Okay, so we see from in property market, right? We know that Singapore property market started keeping data from year 1995 onwards. Then just nice 2 years later, 1997, the Asia financial crisis, right? It stretched all the way to 99, It stretched all the way to 99. Take note of the years, please. Take note of the years. Then after that, 01, 911. Okay, global event. Global events can be anything But okay, take note. 01 global event. Then 08, 09 subprime mortgage. Okay? Remember what is not shown in this graph, right? 2011, start of Singapore cooling measures. A lot of people thought that Singapore cooling measures start from 2013. It's not. The biggest effect happened in 2013, but it actually started 2011. Okay? Then 13, the biggest impact came in. Then 2017, US China trade war started, right? Then you all realize one thing. 17 market prices started to slide a bit. 08, 09 market slide a bit. Then after that, 19, right? 2019 COVID market slide. 2020 onwards, 2020 onwards, right? Market prices rise, right? Then you all notice one thing. 11, those who bought property in 2010, 2011, 2012, right? You all should know that was the time whereby the market prices shoot up like nobody's business. A lot of people were buying. Then notice we are coming to 2023 again. So I'm not somebody who believes in all these what you call cycles. There's no such thing as cycles, No such thing as 10-year cycle, 12-year cycle, 15-year cycle. To me, I don't believe in this for the property market or investment market. But I will tell you this thing. Whatever goes up will have to come down. Why? Very simple. My take on it is as simple as this. Today, if you are stretching a piece of rubber band, okay? When you stretch it until a certain length, you must let it go a bit. Why? Because if you keep stretching non-stop, what will happen to this rubber band? It will break. But if you consistently stretch, let go a bit, stretch, let go a bit, stretch, let go a bit. The rubber band can pull longer. There are a lot of people will be saying, this is the question that we keep hearing every single year. So you all really have to go and Google. How many times have a Singapore parent asked this question? Wow, the property prices keep going up. My children cannot buy on. Don't bullshit. When I first started my first job as a junior police officer, when I was 19, my income was 1,300 plus. Haven't CPF yet. Okay. Today, you go and ask a junior officer, how much is your salary now? At least double. Starting entry price. But if you are asking about normal property, we talk about HDB, BTO. If you're not looking at those very, very prime area, right, you cannot afford HDB flat, man. Can what? I mean, if both husband and wife are working, get HDB loan, full 85%. All right, what? Still, you must understand one thing. It's the property market now. We are going towards this trend. People are buying what they want. They are not buying what they need. So, with all these figures to show you, I only got this thing to say. You see the graph. This is another graph from which this is what investment mode. Okay, you can see, right? What the price index go up or down? It's going up. It's all the way going up. So if you're gonna, on average, it will always be an uptrend. But remember one thing: once it reaches the so-called peak, right, it must rest a bit before going up again. Jason, I ask you one thing. Based on Feng Shui term, right? 有人一辈子可以一直好了。
There's no such thing.
有这样的人吗？
No. Even if good birth chart, right? You have the emperor birth chart, you have the businessman birth chart. There will be a high and low moments. Yeah. So there's no way someone who will really maintain increase steadily.
Yeah, right. Even for Feng Shui, right? I think it's also the same thing, right? Although we read it like a certain number of 10 years chart or 12 years chart.
Okay, in Ba we talk about 10 years chart, but in Feng Shui we talk about 20 years chart.
You see, but the thing is, do you agree with me that even though we so-called follow chart, right? So-called we follow this chart, right? That doesn't mean that the chart 就是一直好还是一直坏的, right?
I would say, yeah, you are right that there's no such thing as always constantly be good or constantly be bad. Yeah, but one thing we can take note of, there's always environmental change. Wherever we happen now, 20 years ago may have slight difference. Yeah, maybe after Joel sharing, I will share my viewpoint on the chart just now you showed them about just now I saw something interesting.
Okay, which one? You tell me which one. This one?
This one the previous one.
The previous one, this one. Okay, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Okay, one thing while Joel was explaining the chart, I was looking at the table because we often say we talk about 20 years. So to bring your attention is the 2001 time. We are now in 2020. So what we can see there's some similarities. May not be exactly the same, but something for you as a reference point, or for anyone who want to may not be just applying to property, maybe apply to investment or your own personal planning as well. So if you look at 2001, right, there's terrorist attack, and there's Iraq war. So very clear cut we can see, right, there's some conflict which is right now is ongoing. Of course, now the countries are different because it's not Iraq, it's not US, it's Russia and Ukraine. and then Ukraine has that qualities or the resources that Iraq don't have. So it really will change the way they impact the world. So right now you see like soaring prices of oil and gas because Russia has that and they cannot trade. And then Ukraine has grains and also cannot trade. Yeah, so all these are just reference point where you can take a look. Then we talk about terrorist attack. What does it impact? Impact on the travel. So right now, right, you see like a bit different. Last time maybe tighter measures, which is now also having tighter measures, but not on terrorists. I mean, it's just the spread of this virus as well. So it does have some similarities, but also subjected to own studies of what you think may happen. So you can see a lot of this. And then I saw this global electronics, and we talk about crypto. So crypto also undergoing some changes down there. Yeah, so I can see some similarities then and now. So up to you to take it from here, how you want to interpret how the economy or how the property market will go. So what I'm trying to say that is we can take reference but not take as absolute Yeah, so like what Joel say, wherever go up must come down. Wherever down already must come up. So I think in my opinion, in terms of feng shui, I think next few months will be a bit tricky
Yeah, I also think so too. Especially when the interest rate has already shot through the roof. We have seen our interest rate going sky high. That's why okay. So for Jason and myself, right, we always tell you all this why to better prepare yourself and to share with you all when you buy anything, right? Please don't buy on impulse. Okay, because honestly speaking, entry price is very important. Again, I want to emphasize entry price is very important. If you're already buying at a wrong price, right, then I'll only tell you this thing. You better be able to hold it until you break even. Okay? Because honestly speaking, this time round, a lot of people, you can notice, let me just share this thing with you. The amount of people who died in the crypto or share stocks market, right, is directly proportional to the people who are buying blindly in the property market. I'm not joking, you know.
Yeah,
If
don't gamble.
people are buying stocks and crypto blindly, right? These are the group of people who will also be buying properties blindly. Good for agents, good for property agents, of course. Correct. Good for property agents. But if you are this group, okay, if you are this group, then my advice to you is then you should not be listening to those market talks blindly already. And unfortunately, I want to share this thing with you all. A lot of property agents are sharing analysis of the market. Okay. My advice to you is compare a few. Compare a few different agents before you really make up your mind, because you are going to be spending the most amount of money to buy into buying the most expensive thing in your life. Okay, anyway, this is what I want to say. 你们 just 当我发发牢骚 but more importantly is because the market is really not getting any better. Okay, for those of you who have listened to me over the last 2 years, right, y'all should be able to see if you buy correctly, you should be in a good position now. If you rush in to buy, right, you will only be hearing this word only. You trust me, you'll only be hearing this word. Your agent will always be telling this thing only. Or you got paper gain. Paper gain, and this paper gain is worse when it comes from where, you know. You buy a new launch, the developer sell at a higher price. Does that mean that you can sell at this price? You go and think about it. Resale market is different. Resale market is when your neighbor already sell at this price but you find it weird one. People will prefer to buy directly from developer rather than buy directly from you, even when it comes to sub-sale. Unless the price difference is really a lot. But if the price difference is really a lot, it tells you one thing also. That means you also went in at a good entry price already. Correct? So this one word you must never ever forget. This one factor, don't say one word, because entry price is the word. Okay, this factor is the golden factor for all property purchase. It's always about entry price. If you don't know how to calculate, don't buy. Okay. Jason, come.
If you don't know how to calculate, ask Joel to calculate for you.
I can calculate for you free. I'm not joking. I can calculate for you free. But whether to asking me which one is a good one to buy, that one you must pay me. But calculate entry price for you, I can calculate for free. Okay, come. My good friend. Next 2E, where we talking about? I show you the chart. So I share with you what we have covered. We have covered District 5 we covered already. Okay, from top to bottom. District 10 we covered. Actually, I start to realize why we never covered District 9 and 10 that time together. But never mind. Okay. So District 15 and 14 we just covered. Okay, 14 and 15 we covered already. 16 we haven't. Okay, 17 and 18 we have done. 19 Bordeaux, Punggol we have done already, right?
Yeah.
17 and 19 we have done. Upper Bukit Nia we have. Choa Chu Kang. Choa Chu Kang we done. Hillview Choa Chu Kang we done. Jurong 22 we have done. Okay, so I'm thinking of we do this. I want to cover this few interesting areas. But I don't know why MacPherson is together with Bradel. So we have to leave Bradel out. But I'm thinking of doing Balestier top District 12 and this where. Oh, what's the sound?
The bomb gonna blow.
Wow. Hey, we do 12 and 20 together one.
12 and 20.
Balestier, Toa Payoh, Serangoon, the nearer to Little India side already.
Okay.
And Bishan, Ang Mo Kio.
Oh, yeah, why not? I also interested in...
I don't know two sections can finish or not. We just cover. So, wait.
Because I'm quite interested in this, the Ang Mo Kio take back.
Yes.
The SURS.
Oh, Ang Mo Kio take back.
Yeah, the SURS. I wonder why the location so...
Oh, if that's the case, actually I also think of that. If that's the case, why not we do Bishan Ang Mo Kio next one?
Okay.
We just cover Bishan Ang Mo Kio. We see whether one show we can cover everything or not. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We will be talking about. We'll be trying to discover why government want to unblock Ang Mo Kio. Those 4 blocks only. Okay. Master Jason and I will be covering this Ang Mo Kio, and of course we all know, right? Ang Mo Kio, this new project coming up called Ang Mo. Yeah, I think it's really called Ang Mo. Wait, I Google. Because you all know, unless buyers ask me, right, or else I don't really. Really called Ang Mo as residences. 真歹聽啊 Okay, never mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be covering this Ang Mo Kio and Bishan Ang Mo Kio on 2E. Let me check where is that.
I think it's on the 29th of June.
Yes, 29th of June. Okay, wow, the first week where school reopened. Okay, So on 29th of June, we'll be covering Ang Mo Kio Bishan. Okay, we'll uncover. I will gossip about Ang Mo residences. Okay, we will dig more in depth into why Ang Mo Kio is being on block. Okay, for that 4 blocks only, and of course, why Bishan being one of the biggest cemetery in Singapore is still selling so well. The HDB break millions already down there. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying tuned with us. We hope that whatever we have shared has helped you in your housing decision. Anything to say to our viewers before we call it a night, Jason?
Please help us spread this channel, so that more people can benefit. I really appreciate Joel is sharing because entry price really, even we go feng shui, right, bad entry price, right, I mean it's good for you to stay but investment may not make sense for you. So entry point very important.
I totally agree with what Jason said. I mean, honestly speaking, maybe the house is good for you and your family. Then your health, career, everything very good. But I cannot imagine you buy one house. If everything is so good, why the price going down? Don't make sense, right? How can the house that bought you and your family, but every day the price go down? That means to say what? The house luck is exhausted to bring you up. 悲痛咧，你都攞係悲痛咧。Okay, but anyway, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. Okay, Daddy Property Chef here. I'm Joel. Let's make you do well. Good night.